What's up, everybody? Today's episode of Talking Hands is going to be we're going to be talking about the differences in the 6.7, 6.0 steering box and what steering shaft you'll need if you're going to be doing the conversion. First place we can start is right here at the bottom, and this is where the shaft inputs into the actual steering box. And on the other side, this is where the shaft connects to the steering wheel in the interior of the cab. I've seen tons of criticism from the way I have decided to change my steering shaft. In my opinion, there's two places where you don't want to hack up parts in your truck, which is in your steering and in your braking system. The Ford OEM solution to this problem doesn't exist anymore because it's been discontinued. The 6.7 steering box has a few differences right off the bat. Bolt sizes have been increased in diameter. The power steering lines have a slight change in the flaring. And the input shaft has been changed as well from the original, which I'll show you right now. The original is kind of strange. It's got like spline teeth in the bottom, and it's got flat walls that are kind of tapered on the one side. And it goes through this rubber Guibo isolator bushing, and then it's riveted together. And then at the top of it, you basically have just a U-joint that you'd see in the front axle or a drive shaft. This area is usually pretty solid. It's the rubber side that ends up getting loose and vibrating a lot. On the 6.7 steering box, the shaft has no splines into it, and it just has two flat faces, which are kind of angled, so it's not 180 degrees apart. That's the best I can do is for capturing how it looks on the truck. The solution I went with was to contact a company called Borgeson. They sold me three pieces: the shaft, the upper coupler, and the lower coupler. Now, I don't want to confuse anybody who's watching my videos. For clarification, my truck is an 03 F350 6-liter Powerstroke diesel. The steering box that I am using is a 2016 F350 6.7-liter Powerstroke diesel. Here are the part numbers right here on screen. You're going to have to drill the holes for the studs. That way you have the proper length. This steering shaft telescopes in and out a little bit to give you some play and adjustability for actually getting the shaft mounted. This is what the steering box's lower input looks like. And this is what the shaft input looks like. And as you can see, it'll slide over the shaft when you pull those set screws out. And then that'll attach to your steering box. The other side is basically the inverse of this, which is you have this big keyed area over here, which slides onto the end of the shaft here, and then that is going to mate up with your steering wheel inside the cabin. The only difference being here is the OEM has a clamshell style locking mechanism, where this one has two set screws, which will have to be drilled out and then Loctited in. The non-OEM solution will have some drivability drawbacks. I have to imagine by going with two solid joints that you're going to feel vibrations and feedback in your wheel. The plus side will be that because they're both solid joints, the chances of them wearing out and getting sloppy or spongy in your wheel is pretty much non-existent. So to end this video, let's just show you what we got here. This is the lower shaft side. This is the upper shaft side. This is the upper shaft steering wheel attachment. This is the lower shaft steering box attachment. If for some reason you're on the website and you can't figure out where these two parts are, but the part numbers are matching up, it's because they have the wrong photo on the website. Just follow the part numbers and you'll be all set. Subscribe to the channel, motherfuckers. I do this shit for free.